Hi there. On this episode of This Old House, we're going to be installing this wicked smart washing machine. It's from LG, which I think stands for Lickin' Gooch. But I don't know. We'll see. All right. All right. On further inspection, it looks like LG stands for Life's Good. It's giving me some kind of queer little wink. I don't know how I feel about that because I have very fragile masculinity, and that looks like a man's face giving me a wink. So I don't know. Maybe we won't install this washing machine after all. All right. So our first obstacle here: standard washer or dryer, 27 inches wide, kind of like your mother. Our door frame here, 26 and a half inches at the narrowest point. So that means we're going to have to pull a half inch out of our behind somewhere just to get the washer out and the new one in. Stay tuned. So if you look here on this side, you can kind of see a little space where it was removed at one point, possibly painted over poorly. And then this side's solid white. So I'm guessing this one was removed, which is what I'm going to try to do. Pop it back on. We're going to take the door off. Got the DeWalt. I always stay strapped, even here in the studio. Okay, annoying thing number one. We got a starting to strip Phillips head screw. Not that big a deal. Not in there that deep. Should be fine. What's unforgivable, though, is mixing Phillip head and flathead. I'm about to lose my frickin' mind over here. Just having to switch bits once. Alright, so here's the removed screws from the door frame. We got you and the fella she told you not to worry about. Alright, so I got the world's smallest pry bar here. We're going to try to gently take this door frame out. Alright, little tip. Do your prying on the inside of the frame where it can look like crap and your wife won't get mad at you. Alright, so we got the door frame off. Got a couple little spots where the penny nails came true. We're probably going to paint those later. I don't know. Maybe I'll just be lazy. You can see here, got it off to the unpainted wood. Measured the door frame without it, exactly 27 inches. So I might have to get the Crisco or some bacon grease, I don't know, something. But we'll see how she goes, all right? All right, for anyone who's curious about the workings of a washing machine, at least for a front loader like this one, we got our drain pump down there with a filter. I've already had to replace that on this model. Up top here, we got our control board. There's also a motor control unit further down. This is the little hose where your water and soap go into the drum here. The drum's got some counterweights on it to stop it from shaking your house down like an earthquake. We got a soap box, a little clockwork mechanism here that tells it when to put the soap and water in. It's all pretty interesting. We got a hot water, a cold water, and our drain hose. So we're going to take all that out and see how she does. So before you just start taking hoses off, you're going to want to make sure you shut your water off for both your hot and your cold. Otherwise, you're going to get sprayed. And if you're dumb like me, you're going to cut the hot water off, remove the hose, immediately start taking the cold water off and get sprayed again because you're an idiot who forgets there's two things to turn off. Now, one of the most important tools I keep in the toolbox is a towel that the cat pissed on so that you can clean up the water that you spilled on the floor for being an idiot. Alright, so this is the washer sitting in the door. Door frame, very crooked. You can see there's daylight on this side of the washer and down here. Probably going to try to take this part of the frame off too. I don't know. So even though we've got both sides off now, due to the crookedness, the washer is still too wide. So we're going to have to figure something out here. I don't know. Maybe we'll start taking it apart so it's got a little less rigidity. I have no idea how I'm going to get the new one in. Dear God, please help me. Something I forgot to mention. We drained all the water out of the washer, but we forgot to drain the electricity. So just to make sure, we're going to double check. No power in there. All right. Safety first, then teamwork. On further inspection, I can see some marks where, let's see, where this portion was removed too. And as you can see, this one's still pretty solidly painted. So we're going to try to pop this off, maybe this piece. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. Another quick little tip. If you're banging with a hammer or prying on something you don't want to tear up, like these beautiful plaster walls, put something in between so you're not tearing everything up. I'm going to do that when I put these frame pieces on too. Bang them on with a hammer. Have a little something to bang against, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, so we've got another portion of the door frame off. We can see the bare plaster here. One thing, really starting to wish I'd done this in a hillbilly accent because it's closer to my natural voice and I can maintain that a lot better. Can't really do a Boston accent, only chose it because that's how the guys from this old house talk. Big mistake on my part. So in order to space your door frame to get it the right width for the door, they use these shims to get the spacing away from the plaster. So when I take this part off, it's attached directly into the plaster, which really makes my butt pucker because I feel like I'm just gonna pull a nail out. Every bit of plaster in the house is gonna crumble. So we'll see how that goes. All right, wish me luck. So also gonna have to take off this back part here, nailed directly in to my centerpiece. So we're gonna be doing a lot of pulling out of the wall here for a little bit. All right, gotta make a quick trip out to the shop. I know they say it's not about the size of your pry bar, but how you use it. But I need a bigger fucking pry bar. Oh, hey there, big fella. Didn't know you were in here. Let's see, pry bar. There we go. Now we're fucking getting somewhere. Alright, so I managed to get the other part of the frame off with my big pry bar. You can see, here's the shims I was talking about. Here's the open frame. I was wrong, which is normal. I'm a dumbass for thinking it's directly into the plaster. Of course, there's frame under here. I'm an idiot, don't listen to me. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Alright, so this concludes step 1. Remove washer from house. I got it out here on the back porch. We're gonna open up the other one. Try to get it inside here. Oh, some joker tried to scare me by putting a sheet over here, making me think it was a washing machine ghost. So I'm starting to think maybe LG. Look out, a ghost. Look, a ghost. Look, here's a ghost. Lou, a ghost. Oh, this is the oldest contractor trick in a book. You take a sheet, you put it over the appliance, scares the other contractors, makes them think it's a washing machine ghost. Also, look at this bastard finally showing up to work. How many hours late are you, bud? Not even gonna look at me? Alright, so we got the washer out. I'm gonna take the instructions, file them away in case I need them later. Alright, so we got the washer in the house. I got some new stainless steel braided hoses here. Red for hot, blue for cold. Alright, so we got the washer in the washroom here. Hardly any space between that and our dryer. Can't really get it much further past where it is. So probably going to leave it catty-cornered for now. Give us some more space back there to work with. Alright, time to start hooking our hoses up to our feed lines. And this is my drain. We'll get our drain hose all hooked up, get it plugged in, and see how we're doing. Alright, so we got the washer in there all hooked up. We're going to run a test cycle here soon, but now comes the fun part. Turning all this into a door. Alright, we got a test cycle going. Starting to get this pot on. Got a little space I need to move over. So we're going to use our glove trick because I don't have my rubber mallet, and I'm going to use that and a hammer to knock it in place. Something I forgot to mention, before you start any job, make sure you take a good look at what you're working with, and then let everybody know that the last guy that did stuff had no idea what he was doing and did it completely wrong. Especially if you're the last one that did anything, which in my case is every time. But it's true, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, so to get these pieces of frame back on, I'm going to knock each one of these nails back a little bit, pull it most of the way out with my pry bar, then I can line it up when it's flush and knock everything back in. Now you can see I've got all the nails pulled most of the way out. That way I can just set it in place and knock everything back in, hopefully. Alright, we got most of the frame on here. I just got to do the same thing with these little skinny guys. Knock the nails back through, put it back on, put the door on, and this nightmare will be over. Alright, so here we have it, all put back together, all floor cleaned up, washer in and running. We've replaced our Phillips head with some nice superior hex head screws. Thanks for tuning in with me, and remember, in the words of the late great Red Green, if she doesn't find you handsome, she should at least find you handy.